Good morning, Dave.
It's been a very long time. How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. And you?
Well, I'm well. I'm hanging in there. I mean, each and every day, as something new hits us. You wake up each and every day, something new comes your way. And so yesterday we woke up to this news of tariff adjustments. And then, we know that not long ago, I think it began on the 1st of May, the new taxes also kicked in. The Excise Amendment Act 2023, the Income Tax Amendment Act 2023, and the Growth and Sustainability Levy Act 2023 also kicked in from the 1st of May. So a lot of pressure on all of us. Now, yourself as a businessman, and as well as an economist, what do you make of the tariff adjustments as announced by the PURC?
I think that it is too harsh, and respectfully, it doesn't make sense. You see, after all, this PURC, what do they really factor in setting these prices? They talk of exchange rate and the likes.
Yeah.
Who is responsible for managing the exchange rate, and on whose behalf is the PRC there? Do we really have a direct role in managing the exchange rate? When the government implements policies, we have people in charge of our fiscal and monetary policies. How competent are they? If the government manages the economy anyhow, and the exchange rate deteriorates, we bear the consequences. And I am not too sure that what the PURC is saying is exactly or strictly the case. Why do I say so? We are all very much aware that in the staff level agreement, yes, I'm aware there has been an approval, but obviously the IMF wouldn't be off our necks until we are done with whatever restrictions or whatever directives they gave us as part of their conditionalities. In many cases, the fact that it has been approved doesn't mean that they are giving us everything. So we are very much aware that in the top-level agreement, there are things the government would have to do, and that includes raking in more revenue and adjusting tariffs with regards to utilities. So, yes, obviously they will find ostensible reasons to tell us that because of this and that, they are increasing it. Look, I have personally had to close down a firm, my company, one of my subsidiaries, because of huge electricity bills before. So I understand exactly how it affects businesses and the impact on businesses. And I don't think that the way we are going is fair. Already, it's very expensive to go because of the ever-increasing policy rate. Now, you've introduced so many taxes. Companies are struggling to pay. Then you hit companies, you hit people with another increment. I don't think that the government is being fair, and the PURC is working on nobody's behalf than the government, and I think that they have to be spoken to.
I'll come back.
These things they do would only cripple businesses and even erode the general welfare of the Ghanaian people.
Okay, so I'll come back to the IMF bit later. But the defense of the PURC is that if we need our lights on, if we don't want to experience any more doomsday, then we need to adjust the tariffs upwards. Now, if you're a businessman, if you are a consumer, what we are looking for is to have our lights on. So if this is what it takes, shouldn't that be what they should then be approving or adjusting?
No, you see, that is a lazy way of thinking. Not on because of your question, but on their part, on the managers of the electricity company. Look, how many amounts of cedis were people not owing in recent times when they went around collecting their debt? One company could owe them millions of cedis. One company could owe them millions of cedis. How, as a company, could you sit down for other firms to owe you to such magnitudes? And they tell us that it is exchange rate. If we don't pay, if they don't increase tariffs, we are going to be in darkness. Look, if they stop the leakages, if they stop the technical losses, if they improve on their competence, and surprisingly, there were even fake meters in the system.
Yeah, the SHEP meters.
Yes,
and there's some other meters that are used. The people that consume energy or power, and then they just throw them away. And yesterday, per my checks, I got to realize that when it comes to technical and commercial losses, it is about 30% of what ECG has. So definitely means that there's a big problem there when it comes to technical and commercial losses. I'm hoping we'll get Dr. Eric Kofi Ubute on the line, because I would like for him to address that better as to how or what they're doing to ensure that we reduce to the barest minimum the technical and the commercial losses.